There we go. Are we live? How do I look?
Look great.
Do I look pretty? I put on my Oxy Gem. Only $19.95 at NCP. So we've got a nice little group here so far, and there's always stragglers that try to make a grand entrance at the end. I'm always the first one here. I want to avoid grand entrances, running late. So I had some blueberries and orange juice for a nice brain snack. Straggler, I knew it. What's your name, Straggler?
James.
Hi, James. Grab a chair, bro. We're here in Columbus, Ohio. I never know where I'm at. I just get on and ride. Follow the purple line on the Google map. So it's cool to be here. Thanks everyone for coming. What do we want to talk about?
I just want to listen.
You just want to listen? You're smarter than I. Oh, the mono diet just makes it easy to...
The next one.
Oh, you want to know about the next one?
Yeah, you're like, I have a secret.
God, I want to kind of keep that a secret for now. Because what if I don't pull it off? It should be really cool. I have a plan. So what I do is I try to keep everybody coming back. I do it very unconsciously. You don't even know it's happening, but I leave just what's the next video, damn it. I don't think people should get too upset that I play the YouTube game. Right?
Right.
With the video titles and stuff. I mean, if it says get really healthy with fruits and vegetables, it gets like 3,000 views. But if it says Dan gets molested by three-headed aliens, you know, or Dan gets in trouble with the IRS, you know, then there'll be 10,000 views, you know. So, because everybody wants the drama, you know, and I learned this a few weeks ago through a couple of little dramatic videos that, you know, the arrogance is and pride is not whatever, and then there's 10,000 views, you know, in like 2 days. I'm like, so all you want is a bunch of drama. So I'm just working it. I'm still learning and playing with it. I mess with the video titles, and I'm educating myself on YouTube. And people are, you're misleading, and you're a liar and a thief. I don't want to take anything from any of you. Does it look like I want to take anything from any of you and lie to you? If you're God, then I will take what you got, because that's the grace that I need to have the peace, to free myself from the unconscious, to the fear that's been swelling up in my experience. What am I afraid of? I don't even know. You know? I'm going into the fear, though. I want to just go in there and just sit with it. If I got to sit with the subtle fear for the rest of my life, so what? You know, I do it in the morning when I meditate. And it's only been recently, the last few days, where it's gotten really strong. About, you know, that's why it's hard to be on YouTube, because you know you're you know you ain't perfect, you know you got so much work to do that it's going to take you about 35 more lifetimes, you know, to don't go there, dude. It doesn't matter how long it takes. In the end, you know, yourself wants to be with itself. It wants that wholeness. And the fear will be an obstruction to the realization of the wholeness. I mean, don't you want peace? I mean, why do we eat better? To be prettier? Yeah, because we think that that's going to give us a little bit more peace. And it does. You know? But then we get more pretty, and then we're about as pretty as we can get on the raw foods, because you can grow younger, actually, so I won't say that. You can have a total genetic reversal and do all kinds of fasting and juicing and stuff, and you'll do all kinds of cool things in your human life. But you're gonna, as your awareness grows, you're just gonna be right back to where you started. And it's good. It's like the purpose of life. A lot of people say the purpose of life is to grow kids and get money and stuff, get more stuff. But you'll see with a little bit of contemplation that you ain't taking your stuff with you. What are you going to take with you, and where are you going to end up after you leave this place? It's the evolution of consciousness through human beings. It's just trying to reach its full potential and be back to its own original wholeness. So we're all already there, except that we've been programmed with programs that try to convince us that we're not there. So getting back to the peace is about, disassembling all those programs and seeing through them for what they are, that they're just programs that have been programmed into your brain, which create an energy field which obstruct the awareness of the wholeness, which is the peace that we all desire. So whatever we do to improve our lives, with the food and the meditation and the yoga and the relationships and the finances, it's always to create more peace and for the peace to grow. But underneath all these changes and phenomenon is the peace is already there, And so when I go into the fear like that, I'm also simultaneously aware that the peace is already there. And I can see and feel the peace around that fear. So the fear becomes less personal, and it doesn't overwhelm me. Fear overwhelms a lot of people because they try to resist it. But my advice is always to, if you're afraid or whatever, just go into it. Go straight into the fear and just sit there with it. What's it going to do? Kill you? Okay, so the fear kills you. So, what's the problem? As long as you just don't running away from, the fear, all it does is strengthen it. I can't see it, don't want to go there. I mean, I'm going right through it with everybody else. That's the advantage that I have over some teachers, is that they're already perfect. At least their image. I don't want that image at all. I want to be real. If I ever get enlightened, you guys will know it. You know what I mean? Because you'll just have to come find me, because I won't be doing meet and greets when I'm enlightened. I'll just be sitting there somewhere. This is my job. I do it because I love you. I do it because, it helps. I don't know why I do it. Because I love this feeling. Because this is a lifetime of this is the culmination of my work in spiritual books, teachers, and it's my opportunity to shed some love and light, verbally and in the presence. It's a gift. I'm the one who's the blessed one here, and then maybe you guys will take something out of here and your life will be better, and the consciousness can grow in you so that you can have more space around those fears. And when you come to that time in your life when you have a little bit of fear or discontent, you can go, oh, remember what Dan said? Just go into it. And then you just sit there with it. I was sitting with the fear this morning. And like I said, the peace was there though too. So I was like, this is cool. Maybe it's really not that big a deal. I only worry about the fear because I'm a public figure and I'm supposed to be like a teacher. So I'm trying to be perfect. And if I'm not, then I'm not good enough, right? But so, and once I saw that this morning too. But then it came into my mind that this is what makes me relatable. This is why I'll probably have good success on this planet, be able to take care of my kids and pay my bills and get what I need to get through this thing and do what I love to do, which is this, right here. And in order to do this, you got to feed the body, you got to eat, you got to pay your taxes, or you'll end up in jail or whatever. You know what I mean? So we're all just like trying to make it through this crazy thing, this world that we've created. So I try to tell everybody, chill out, give the dude the benefit of the doubt, especially me, damn it. And just chill. So it's another spiritual group. The other group was hella spiritual too. That's how it became raw foods for spiritual enlightenment. But people are not going to watch my videos unless they have a good, wholesome spirit. If you're like a devil worshiper, the odds of you watching my videos are not very high. You know what I mean? So, because you're going to go, Jesus light, melting. You're melting the darkness. Last time there was an exorcism. This dude chased me down like a month ago and never found me. But then when he found out I was at the, where was I? Louisville? St. Louis? Oh, St. Louis, that's right. See, I get it all mixed up. It's one town after the other, but he finally found me, and you should have seen the look in this dude's eyes. He was halfway possessed with a demon and halfway possessed with the light of Jesus. Okay, it was a trip. But then I said, can you accept Jesus, right now? And he said, yes, I can. And then when he did that, the demon went out of his eyes, and his eyes cleared up. And it was an interesting thing. This guy, he said, I knew I needed to find you. He chased me down all over the place, looking for me way back in Dodge City, Oklahoma. And everyone thought this dude's nuts, but I saw his video and I said, he's not nuts, I've been there. Because when you take them drugs, and those demons can get up in you, because when you take drugs and do alcohol, no matter what it is, you open up your gateways. You open up the fence, and you let the darkness in. That's why, alcohol and drugs are not my favorite thing, because the blood flow goes to the back of the brain, back to the animal brain, opens up all those gates. And that's why sobriety is extremely helpful on the spiritual path, on the health path, which are not mutually exclusive whatsoever. The path of true health is the path of spirituality, because if you're dumping junk off the body, you're really just dumping junk off the consciousness. So the health is the spiritual path. You're just trying to be the light. And when you be the light, your body will just keep on tweaking it. That's what it's doing to me. The spirit is just tweaking me, showing me, and finessing me. And there's always room for growth. There's always room for more physical peace with the body, with the way that we eat, what we eat, how we eat, when we eat, why we eat. And it's just, consciousness will constantly tweak you and perfect you, as long as you line up with it. I call it God, and especially the last few days, like I said, I've been going through some real nice, powerful transformation, because when you eat nothing but grapes all day or cherries, your mind and your consciousness and your energy, it really gets clear. Because as you all know from the videos, fruit is the energy, the elevating energy. And when you breathe all day and ride in the sun and become a solar power battery, then that stuff just comes up, and it's been coming up, big time. So I'm just looking at it, and it's refining me. And then I had a point, but I always get off on a tangent trying to color things in, and then I forget. So then I'll watch later and go, oh yeah, I was trying to say that. I actually learn more than anybody from these videos, There's a lot more inside of me than I'm consciously aware of. And so I watch these videos and I remember, and I listen to my own advice. When I talk to you guys on the videos, I don't just blow smoke up your ass so that I can have a career. Okay? Is that clear?
You were saying a lot's good coming up because of the mono diets.
That's right. And so when you do that, when you do the mono diets, there's nowhere to run. When you just eat grapes, you ain't got nowhere to run, honey. All your crap is going to come right up. And what else is there to do? That's what I want. And then, I was going to say that, I just keep surrendering everything to God. I have so many worries and frets and fears, and I got so much, responsibility, and I'm not very good at it. I'm only good at, the simplicity for me is like a backpack with a sleeping bag. But maybe that's not what my destiny is, and I have to accept. Simplicity is so good, so I have to, with all these complications and craziness in my life, I have to find that simplicity no matter what. When all hell is breaking loose and I've got all this so much crap to deal with, I have to find that center place and sit with all of it, and all the weird stuff's coming from YouTube. I'm telling you, there's so much love and praise thrown at me, that doesn't affect me at all. It's the negativity that gets me. Now, what does that tell you about what I need to do? There could be other people in my position that to get that love and love and love, and they get so built up. They think their poop doesn't stink. They're the life regenerator. They're the best thing in the world. The praise doesn't do that to me. And maybe I should let it, but the negativity, you know, but maybe that just says that, hey, you know I got a lot to do, and you guys can see that. And I share a lot of things on YouTube with people, and you know, I'm just constantly working. You know, I probably will be till I leave this place, because the intention that I have is set very high, and it's really a no-ending kind of intention. It doesn't stop. You don't just get somewhere and then you're finished. And it took me a long time to accept that about this life. I used to think, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to reach a point, and then it's going to be all good. And that never came, and then I realized, you know, through much more contemplation, that's ain't going to happen, because when does consciousness stop expanding? Never, because Jesus can calibrate it 1,000, and then an archangel can calibrate it like 50,000, you know? And then what's after an archangel? Who knows, you know? How big is God? Infinite. So when are you going to arrive at infinite? Well, you're already there, and yet it can expand continually for forever. So it's the work will never stop through you as long as you're here in a human experience. There's going to be work to do, because it's going to be working through you to improve. And then when you become enlightened, the duality will not have any effect on you whatsoever. You know, everyone can say they hate you, you're a loser, and you know who and what you really are eternally. Or they can give you praise and throw flowers at your feet, and it will not affect you, because you know who and what you are and what you've always been. And that's the goal. That's the overall underlying message of Life Regenerator videos. Which is, the health is awesome. We all need to learn about that, and we all need to understand our physiology, anatomy, and chemistry, and how foods affect the protoplasm, and how food relating to consciousness. I mean, if you're eating a bunch of pancakes because you're sad, it's going to be a lot different than if you're eating a bunch of pancakes because you want to carb up for a 50-mile run. And that's the best way that you know how to carb up is with pancakes. Those are two totally different things. You can't say it's the pancakes, but you can say it's the intention and the consciousness behind what you're using those pancakes for. If you're using pancakes to suppress your awareness of your problems, that's different than if you're going to use those pancakes to run 50 miles, see? So there's always context. You know, that needs to be considered. And so that's why there's no black and white, cut and dry, easy answer for any of us, you know. So that's why you don't get to just go to sleep. You might as well get awake and stay that way, no matter what. And if the door comes up and God says, will you walk through this door for me? You know, and on the other side could be death. Are you willing to walk through the door? I think that's what Jesus represents to me. He was willing to die. You have to die to be born again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to give up your life in order to be reborn. And that is the same thing that the enlightened sages will tell you as well. You know, are you willing to give up the ego, which is the only true death? Are you willing to give up the ego to be permanently fixed in God consciousness for eternity? And so again, there's the underlying message. This is a little bit more than just get a colonic and bounce on the rebounder. But those things are the little tools that a teacher uses to give the student something to do while the Kundalini rises up, while the consciousness expands, you know. So, because, you know, it's going to do that if you allow it, if you've been awakened. Everyone here has been awakened, and it's already doing the work. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here. So now all you got to do is chill out, pay attention, and you can actually even cultivate the growth of that energy within you by being aware of what you eat. That's one level of awareness. then you can also be aware of what's going on in your heart.